for both of them, with the back against the wall, TruantGamer, the first on our screen, taking off. And we'll see which route these two decide to run, which that's one of the beautiful things about this flag set, August. You have no idea which way they're going to go, and it looks like Truant's going to 3.
Yeah, that seems to be the most popular route. But of course, anything can be over here. It could be level 9, it could be level 7, level 6 in Shapes. Also, another dungeon you might not want to dig too early. Meanwhile, we have Chrono taking the route up to, looks like, vanilla level 1 as we are syncing our racers. And we're...
I like the play Chrono is doing, attempting to farm these early moblins for a bomb drop. Truant finds Commentator's Curse, Shape 6 at Vanilla 3, but look at that. Easy early Triforce. August, should he dig? And then he finds a staircase.
Yeah, you always dig. Unless you're, blocked by a key, no bombs, or a bunch of blue Wizrobes right away, you should dig.
I find that hilarious. He goes all the way over there, gets level 6, and immediately finds an early Triforce. He's blocked. Chrono finds level 1 at Vanilla 1, and it's key blocked. So it looks like he's going to leave in TruantGamer with one of the fastest Triforces you're ever going to see in a randomizer race, folks. And minute 23 in, grabs the Triforce out of level 6.
And ChronoJJ trying to manipulate that door with the pirouette, but because the entrance is shuffled, it's not going to be as easy.
Yeah, unfortunately, with the Vanilla 1's location, the only pirouette possible without an up-A trick inside of the dungeon is the one you see in the Vanilla speedrun, which would be the top door with the bottom entry. Unfortunate break for Chrono, but shouldn't be too much of a big deal. He can always remember, once he finds some keys, that he can come back.
It looks like TruantGamer is headed that direction, gonna get the same info.
And of course, level 1 being a coveted dungeon to dig. 2 vanilla items in the regular game, in this flag set. Actually, you're going to see 3 potential items. 1 replacing the heart container, and then, of course, 1 replacing the bow, 1 replacing the magic boomerang. And, folks, you can pretty much assume that for any of the dungeons, any heart containers or items will be replaced by a potential item. That could also be a heart container.
Yep, and speaking of heart container, ChronoJJ picking up the first one out of Monocle Rock, checking out one of the Armos spots. Now, the flags have a, I think, 50-50 shot of the Armos being shuffled. So most likely it's going to be vanilla, but occasionally it will be shuffled up.
Well, it does appear as if Truant might give us that information. He's doing the screen scroll over towards the Armos, which is a popular play. He'll check the Armos statues eventually, and he has a bone to pick with these guys first.
And also might want to check what's in the shop. The shops are shuffled as well as the dungeons. So we will need to find one of those shops, most likely to make the purchase of our blue candle.
Correct, August. And not only a blue candle required or red candle, some sort of fire source that will allow us to access Vanilla 8, but we will also need to find the bow, the bow, the raft, and the recorder as well to access the other dungeons. And Truant finds a shop, so that confirms that our Armos item is going to be at the Vanilla Blue Ring location.
Yep, another interesting thing about that shuffled chops flag is you go to the vanilla spot. If there's no item there, based on what cave is underneath that Armos, you can deduce where that Armos item is located. We have vanilla priced bombs and 5 extra rupees in our medium secret, so not too shabby in terms of money to start out.
Meanwhile, ChronoJJ finds level 4, another locked door. He's going to... Nicely done there. He pirouettes the bottom door open and leaves and goes back in. That's at the vanilla level 2 location. And is able to get all the doors open. And I'm guessing he's marking his tracker, and now we're going to see what is in store here at level 4.
We got Byers, Guria, and Gibdos. And the
Ooh, nice
fires are rolling 4 HP at most.
Nicely
Ooh.
done, using the bombs to clear that room nicely, but that's a nice find for TruantGamer.
Magic wand for our Armos item. Very nice.
Now, Chrono unfortunately finds a double key blocked Dodongo room, so if he can't find a way around that, his trip into level 4 might be stuck. I'm seeing a theme here, August.
Yep, we got key locks left and right. We might end up seeing one of these runners, if not both, make that shameful purchase of those keys.
I don't even think we've seen a key drop yet. This is our third dungeon that we've seen at least part of. We didn't get to see much of one, but
There's our candle in the candle shop for 64 rupees.
not bad. Only 4 rupees higher than vanilla. And now Truant does have access to 8. And that's one of those situations. Do you decide to give that level 8 an early try? I mean, it's not a bad play, especially with such an easy access candle.
Yep, he has kind of explored our western dungeons and now is moving to the east, and that vanilla level 8 location is probably the first one he's going to run into. But first, we're going to see the large secret.
I mean, I've seen worse.
Yeah, unfortunately, rolling a bit low.
So Chrono is about to, I believe, find the bad news that he is again both key blocked and potentially even ladder blocked. He is probably going to have to leave, and for his sakes, unless he finds a bumhole,
Speak of the devil.
he may have to make that red candle purchase. We have a key. Hallelujah, we have a key.
Question is, which key door is he going to spend it on?
Oh, man. Now I'm all nervous. Look what Truant finds at the vanilla level 9 or level 8 location. He finds level 9. So the candle is not the answer.
Yeah, not early on, not just yet. Oh, red candle on the coast.
And a power bracelet is our floor item in level 4. So a little more information for our runners now. Unfortunately, that red candle is not going to do much for Truant. But if Chrono happens to stumble upon the ladder, it'll be nice because, I mean, you never know. Bait could be required, wooden arrows could be required, and he might stumble across the bomb upgrade as well.
Oh yeah, always keep in mind that bomb upgrade. Especially considering the secrets, the money secrets aren't shuffled. You always know where you can find some money.
So as we now have TruantGamer entering level 4 for the first time, it's a good moment to remind all of our viewers out there to give a follow to all of the Randomania and Speed Gaming networks if you are interested in seeing more of this awesome Zelda 1 Randomizer tournament action. We are in the first round, ladies and gentlemen, with 2 amazing runners tonight. Make sure you follow both ChronoJJ and TruantGamer to see which one of these 2 runners moves on. It could be Chrono's night if he finds some more items here, August.
Yep, and we'll be doing these races for several weeks, if not a couple months.
Yes, this will be a much shorter tournament than some in the past. Very much an intentional move, and it's worked out pretty good. We've seen some really intense matchups already in this bracket stage. It's been a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, 1000%.
Well, ChronoJJ spent his key. Unfortunately, didn't find anything as far as the Triforce or the other item. And out of keys, out of options, out of patience. One of those 3 at least is true. And he is out with no candles. See if he decides to go right here to check the shop. This should reward him with a candle, and it does.
Meanwhile, Truant about to find that bomb hole to progress through level 4. Hopefully we'll stumble across that power bracelet soon.
So interesting. We didn't see the door that Chrono used his key on.
I did. It was kind of on the bottom of it, and it didn't lead to anything. I was a little surprised.
I wonder if Truant will use his key in a different door potentially.
Yep, I was calling a race earlier. Crimson Avix had, I think, 3 or 4 possibilities, and sure enough, the one he chose led him straight to the any key.
And that's typically how the game goes. One or the other. You either catch that lucky break or you get the worst one. All right, well, we may be seeing him gamble on one of these doors sooner rather than later. He is gonna go right here. He already found his power bracelet.
Yeah, I think this room was the place where Chrono spent his key.
Let's see if Truant follows in the footsteps. It's actually a pretty convenient door.
And speaking of convenience... I'm sorry to cut you. Ah, yikes. I was gonna say Chrono was making convenient use of that power bracelet to get over to the Vanilla 6 location.
Meanwhile, Truant does appear to have opened the same door, so if that holds true, I believe he's going to find a ladder block here. He does get a compass.
Yep, compass and the ladder block.
Oh, this is not the ladder block. Okay.
Oh, another key block. That's what it was.
I know definitely Chrono did find a ladder block there, but that was not it. Nevertheless, he cannot get to the Triforce at this time. He's going to bail as well.
There's still one free item outstanding on the overworld. Unfortunately, the runners not as likely to be able to pick it up. They have a chance at 4 hearts, but guaranteed at 6 hearts is the white sword item.
Truant might opt to get this bomb into this heart rock here and pick up the 5th heart container. This will give him a 66% chance. Let's see if he is lucky tonight. And meanwhile, Chrono finds level 7. Is that the level 6 vanilla spot there?
Yep, that's right. Over by the graveyard.
2 items. And in shape, 7 is not nearly as bad. So, not a terrible play here.
It also will help him out if he manages to find the map. He'll get an idea of the shape of level 8.
Yeah, typically either 7 or 8 are terrible, terrible dungeons. It's one or the other. Well, Truant opts to go into Vanilla 5's location, finds level 3, does not check the white sword item beforehand. Chrono takes a death. I didn't see what he was fighting. But interesting route divergence here. We could see this race start to break open here.
Oh, there's a key drop.
Oh, now I see what Chrono was fighting.
Oh, yikes.
Truant, meanwhile, finds a reverse C staircase. It's a transport staircase. He says, nah, see you later, alligator. Ooh.
These Wizrobes not playing nice with just 4 hearts.
Yeah, this is definitely not an easy room with all those turrets firing. Chrono actually saves and returns to the start screen. He's going to try something else here.
Yeah, it would benefit him to maybe trek over to the Armos item and grab that wand. Of course, he doesn't know it's the wand, but it would be helping him out in some of his combat here.
That's a strat you see a lot of runners do, especially if there's tough combat. Check those items. You never know. It could be the red ring, could be the white sword. It might end up being a waste of time, but the knowledge is worth it, especially if you've ever been one of those unlucky racers to go all the way through the game and find a red ring in level 3.
Ask and ye shall receive. But Chrono is making his way up there.
So as I was saying, being one of those lucky runners in a seed where you are desperate to find, for example, the ladder or the white sword because there's a lot of tough combat, etc. And there's the wand pickup for Chrono. And you find out later on, you wait until the last second to check that white sword item, and it turns out to be that item. And then you think to yourself, oh man, my opponents had this the whole time.
Yep, that's the metagame. You know, other racers prefer, you know, just race their own seed, forget about their opponent, just do the best that they can. But I imagine it's quite unavoidable sometimes.
Interesting. Chrono walks past the fairy fountain, down to half a heart. He's got to be careful here. He had a chance to refill his health. He's going to try to get through. He's got to watch out for these P-hats. He makes it.
Yeah, luckily P-hats are a little more predictable than some of the other enemies like Tektites or Pulse Voice. I am glad. Sorry about what were you saying?
I was just gonna say Truant is rich with keys, and what the heck is that?
It's a triple segmented level 3.
And a recorder. And a Triforce.
Yeah, we are all done here in level 3. Recorder, Red Ring, and Triforce. Very nice finds for TruantGamer. Taking an early lead.
That level 3 could have been terrible. Instead, he gets through with 2 great items and does so relatively quickly. Very nicely done. And we're going to get the chance to see what this white sword item is.
Yep. Chances are it's just going to be a heart container.
Yeah, eventually you're going to have to run into one of those sooner or later. Truant already rich with 1 key remaining now, although very well spent. Now
Good to
let's
note,
see if
though,
he decides to go level... I'm sorry?
I was just going to note that he was able to pick up that white sword with just 5 hearts.
Something I might consider if I were him would be a save ahead of time, just in case. You never know. We know that there's some crazy segments in 3, so he might end up with some crazy segments here in 1.
It would be interesting if each of those different segments in 3 fit into, you know, a hole in 3 other separate dungeons. Oh, bow.
Vanilla Bow. Chrono picks up the map and then gives a big ol' hug to a Dark Knight, takes a death. That is a crazy-shaped and gigantic level 6.
A little bit of a French vanilla bow there. Normally it's in a staircase. Tonight it is sitting there on the floor.
I like that French vanilla. That's a good one. I'm going to have to use that one later. That was pretty good.
I cannot cite originality with that one, though. It's something that I've adopted from the Ocarina of Time randomizer shenanigans I'm involved.
Well, Truant finds one of the items. He finds the bow, finds the Triforce, decides to grab it, and go back in. So 2 items remaining. Right now, we need to find 2 things specifically before we're in true go mode, and that is potential true go mode, and that is the raft and the silvers, and potentially the ladder as well.
Yeah, almost certainly we'll need that ladder. The any key is also something they're hoping to find, especially with the 0 and 1 key.
Yeah, very key-starved seed so far. And level 1, historically, is not a dungeon with a lot of keys, and of course, as I say that, he picks up a key. But usually you come out with level 1 with less keys than you went in with. And of course the game's making me a liar. The game knows, man.
Yeah, keep talking about it, man. I think Truant will thank you at the end of the race.
Don't worry, Truant. You can just buy me lunch later.
But no fear from TruantGamer with that red ring. Just gonna tank all these enemies here. 6 hearts plus the red ring. He has effectively 24 hearts. And Chrono showing us some bunnies here for the first time.
Yeah, opting to kill him. Vanilla is, I believe, 11 hits with the wooden sword. So does very nice job, clears them out without dying, gets a key for his troubles, which at this point might as well be the any key. That's a pretty valuable find.
Yep. He's making great use of the double swing strats with the wand and the wood sword, dealing about 3 points worth of damage. Unless, of course, he doesn't hit those on the same frame. Very nice clock drop, though.
Now, interesting. TruantGamer decided not to continue in level 1. I did not notice. Did he run into a ladder block? Because he has keys and bombs.
Yeah, that must be the thing he ran into. Unless he's just, gambling. Saying, all right, I got the bow, I have the recorder, I have other dungeons to check. I can whistle back later.
Chrono does find one of our 2 6 items. It is a heart container. Finds a tea room with a potential block. He's not going to be able to get through it from the bottom unless the ladder is available somewhere in here. Truant finds a staircase, and it is the ladder! I swear it's rigged. I swear it. I didn't see that.
You got any lotto numbers for me?
Dude, I actually bought lotto tickets on the way back from TwitchCon, so I swear I hope my luck carries over.
So if we don't see you streaming, or if you start streaming 24/7, we'll know what happened.
So, good find there for Truant. It opens up a lot of potential blocks.
And getting more keys for his trouble, too.
Still 2 items remaining in 8. Still an item here in 6 as well. Chrono digging deep for it. We know the Triforce was easy. This could potentially be a game-breaking decision for Chrono. Now, if the silver arrows or the raft are in level 6, as Truant finds a heart container, that's the second item in 8. If he finds either the silvers or the raft deep in level 6, that could be a potential win if TruantGamer doesn't go back in until later. But if this item is anything else, I think it's curtains.
And it's a whole lot of time stuck in one of the biggest dungeons, and if you don't pull anything out, if your opponent didn't do that, you're going to be hoping they're getting trolled somewhere else.
This is a potential staircase room.
But you can never count these racers out. Any lead into level 9 can easily be eaten up by a well-hidden princess, a well-hidden
It's the raft!
It is the raft. Wow. You better
Real.
You better cash that lotto ticket in ace. When's the numbers getting read?
That is huge, and Chrono gets his first Triforce. Look, folks, don't look now, but we've got us a race. Unbelievable job by Chrono making the play, and I don't know, man, this is a lot more even than it might appear on your screen.
Yep, TruantGamer with a whole bunch of Triforces and some very important items like the bow and the ladder, but Chrono picking up that raft is huge. Just because TruantGamer's already, been into level 6, grabbed the Triforce, might not want to go in back anytime soon.
So, one other potential troll here, if the silver arrows end up in level 4, which is unlikely but possible, that could be even more bad news for TruantGamer, because he's going to dig, potentially, all of these items, all of them, looking for that raft. He might not go back to 6 for a while, and if that ends up being the case, ooh, and he takes a death. If that ends up being the case, August, it could be a long time before he goes and finds that raft. And it might even be a longer time before he digs 4 for those silvers.
That will be time that Chrono will be able to catch up if that happens.
Strap yourselves in, ladies and gentlemen. We're still only 24 minutes in. The seed is shaping up to be a really exciting race.
Yep, and I don't know if you caught that mugger -1 heart or -4 keys. No thanks.
Man, 4 keys, you might as well just make me forfeit. I mean, come on.
Truant is sitting on a pretty thick wallet there, 225.
And all you can eat Wizrobe buffet. Luckily with that red ring, it's not too bad.
Yeah, the red also not as bad as the blue variety. Wow. Whole bunch of rooms in this level 8, and still looking for that second staircase.
Chrono, meanwhile, in level 1, comes across his bow, picks it up. It just needs to get that recorder. Now, of course, if he decides not to get the recorder, that could be the opposite. He does find the Triforce. If he doesn't get that recorder, then that could be the exact play that Truant needs, but I believe he's going the right way to get the recorder.
At least according to our tracker, the recorder was in level 3.
Yep, I'm sorry, you're correct. You're correct.
Yeah, I think there was
we never saw the other item.
Yeah, I think there was a heart container in here as well, but I think we're still looking for one item.
Chrono's headed back to that Triforce room. He might be doing the same play that August did. He's gonna keep digging.
I'm definitely not playing, so it must have been TruantGamer.
But it's been a long day.
Yep. JSR, fresh back from TwitchCon. Hope you had a blast. But to answer a question in chat, the randomizer absolutely does include all the second quest stuff. So if you are looking for a challenge, looking for some more trolls, feel free to add those second quest features.
Yeah, those flags aren't turned on for this tournament specifically, but there are so many amazing options that Fred Coughlin has put into the randomizer, including but not limited to completely mirroring the entire overworld, changing where secrets will be found on the overworld, one-hit KO, all kinds of crazy stuff, total blackout mode, sprite shuffles, you name it. And if you have it, if it's not there, then I'm sure Fred can put it in for you. He loves to torture us.
Within certain limitations. One of the biggest is, of course, like to be able to play this on original hardware. So that being said, you are limited to certain hardware restrictions.
Chrono finally does decide to leave level 1. I don't think he got the third item in there. So we'll have to wait and see what that is. I mean, at this point, unless it's the silvers, it can't be anything worth, really.
Can't forget about that any key. Although both racers sitting on a healthy 4 keys.
Ooh, nice bomb drop there for Truant. Down to no bombs remaining. And Wed Wizwobe hooks him up. Just in time for a manhandler.
Does not get the lucky bullseye. Red ring and wand, though. Deadly combination. Ooh, and manhandle darts the Triforce.
Off.
But ChronoJJ taking that raft over to vanilla level 4 finds level 5. So this could be a turnaround if he finds the silvers or the any key in here. I'll give him a leg up.
Don't let appearances deceive you, chat. This is not over at all. It might appear to be a very one-sided match. It isn't. It is absolutely close, and there's one big reason why. If you look at those items and you look at those Triforces, you might notice there's one thing that is not the same on both sides.
That one game lead by ChronoJJ is certainly sticking in both these racers' mind. Truant maybe pressing that gas pedal a little bit and as a result, kind of noped out of level 6.
And there is always that feeling, especially if you're down a game in a best of 3 like this. There's always that nagging feeling in the back of your head. What if I'm spending too much time digging the wrong dungeon? What if I need to make a gamble for whatever reason? Maybe you're just not confident in how your seed is going. Maybe you feel like the other racer might be playing better at one point than you were. Whatever that case might be. And you make that gamble, and sometimes it pays off, and other times, despite the 5-2 Triforce lead here, I'm almost tempted, August, to say that Chrono's in the lead. Especially if he goes into 3 and gets that recorder.
And I always find it very difficult unless it's, clear cut that one racer has a whole bunch of items the other one's missing. But as we meme here often, the level 9 is also referred to as the Great Equalizer. And, a 10, even 15-minute lead into level 9 can just go to trash, and the racer who got in there last just makes all the right moves and finishes in first.
Yeah, it's still very, very early in the grand scheme of things. Chrono finds a staircase, is going to push it open and finds a transport staircase. And Truant finds a heart piece.
Heart piece and a segmented level 2. And he will take out this Gliok, because level 2 having 2 items dropping on the floor, those open staircases are definitely drop rooms. Or at least have the potential to be drop rooms, I should say. Oh, hello, Blue Dark Nuts.
Very nicely done by Truant, using that wand's exaggerated hitbox. Very clean combat for the most part, with that red ring just tanking through it.
And heart container for Chrono in level 5. Not sure if we've seen the floor drop out of this dungeon yet.
I think it was a heart container, I could be wrong. But nevertheless, he just needs to find the Triforce at this point.
Oh, shoot.
And to answer a question in chat, our 49th seed is TruantGamer, and our 80th seed is ChronoJJ.
If those seed numbers, just a rough estimate as to players' abilities. The way the qualifiers worked out, you could, the more races you race, the better that seed number reflects. But some racers, have busy schedules and are only able to race a handful of matches, so they might be seeded a little higher than maybe they should.
Yeah, or in the case of others, even like Green Mario was seeded way lower than he probably should have been, only because of his skill level, but that happens. I mean, it'll never be a thing where you can get it perfect with Randomizer. It's just the nature of Randomizer.
Look at that map.
That's what makes it so exciting.
Map in level 5 ladder block for ChronoJJ. It kind of looked like it might have been he might have been able to clip onto the water to grab it, but I'm not certain about that.
Meanwhile, TruantGamer picks up his 6th Triforce, just a raft, which we know where it is, and a silver arrow from Go Mode.
Name that tune. This is one of the things the creator of the randomizer has added in one of the most recent updates is randomized recorder tune.
Gotta be honest, I don't recognize it off the top of my head. We'll see if maybe somebody in chat knows.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I did not recognize it.
As my friend Laws likes to say, usually you can just gamble and say it's a Super Nintendo RPG, and it's usually right.
Fred likes what he likes. Alright, TruantGamer heading over to Vanilla 2, which is, I believe, where our level 4 was located.
Yeah, Chrono is stuck in between a bunny and a hard place here, doing his best to clear it, and these Pulse Boys just not cooperating. And without a projectile sword at this point, or an arrow, he cannot finish him off, and he's desperately trying to finish him off so he doesn't have to up A. Takes a hit, but survives and gets out.
Yeah, half a heart. Nice clock drop. Maybe these... Nope. Will not be dropping heart. And another ladder block. Luckily, keys are a little friendly. Oh! Sorry. Not that friendly. You don't want to give him a hug.
Keys are more difficult than you might think. It can be pretty tough.
Just the ones in the staircases.
Nicely done by TruantGamer to avoid those wall masters. Finds a interesting shaped level 4.
Ooh, and a bomb upgrade for half his wallet and just 3 extra bombs. Chrono checking the white sword item a bit late, 36 minutes in, almost 37. But takes him one step closer to a possible magical sword. Unfortunately, you need it minimum 10 hearts.
TruantGamer, meanwhile, finds a magical boomerang, spits on it, picks up the Triforce out of level 4. He's going to head to 5, where we saw a lot of ladder blocks. He has the ladder.
He will not be going into 5 without the raft. He's got to journey into level 6 before he can finish his Triforce pieces.
You're absolutely right. I was one step ahead of myself.
ChronoJJ, meanwhile, headed into level 3. Will want to be grabbing the recorder for sure, and that red ring is a very nice prize. Reverse serum for ChronoJJ. TruantGamer taking out the Wallmaster. And we have a map for level 1. Explains why some of those bomb walls weren't opening. And the white sword on the floor.
So that does conclude our item list here in level 1, which is good. I don't believe Truant found that third item, which was a heart container, if my memory serves me. Oh, no, wait. Was it a heart container?
I thought so, unless we're getting it confused with one of the other heart containers, and here we go, here it is.
So that confirms it. Let's see if he should be narrowed down to this point where he knows it's in 6, and he is headed that way. Toronto finds his red ring. So, depending on how this goes for Truant, remember, this is a huge level 6, and that raft was very deep. So this race is going to come down probably, because again, level 9 is level 9, to how fast Truant can get this raft and get out before Chrono finds the recorder and then heads to 8 and gets that ladder. Because that's going to open up his seed.
Yeah, I think it's actually going to come down to whoever finds the silvers first. That's my bet.
Which at this point, unless they are, they've got to be in 9 at this point, don't they? I mean, I don't know if we've missed much except for level 7's items, which were both heart containers.
Well, we're still missing a whole bunch of hearts. Both racers with 9 apiece. So there's 7 heart containers outstanding, plus the silver arrows, the book, Lord Banana, and the magical key. So there are a handful of items out there that we haven't seen. I do suppose some of those heart containers are going to be in Takeny Caves.
Answer a question in chat. I believe level 2 was double hearts, if my memory serves me correctly.
I think that was right. Although I don't know if we ever saw the map to level 2, so it's possible that Truant just grabbed the 1 and the Triforce. It does seem like he's making some of those gambles on, you know, I'll come back to a dungeon later if I'm still looking for an item.
I'll tell you what, with the potential advantage that Chrono had by picking up that raft and having that potentially be a make or break situation in this race, Truant has played very well, and you can credit whatever you'd like to that particular advantage, but regardless, the results cannot be denied. Truant has continued to hold that lead, and as soon as he picks up this raft, I think that lead's going to start to grow again.
It had a little bit of help from the commentator's blessings.
All right, so there it is. TruantGamer picks up his raft.
Chrono is a room away from the recorder and a second room away from that Triforce. One final Guerilla blocking the recorder. And that was it.
So Chrono picks up his third Triforce piece as TruantGamer is clearing these red darknets out. Now, I don't recall off the top of my head what the other item in 6 was. I'm guessing it was a heart container. Unless Chrono didn't find it.
Yeah, it's always a possibility. I did not take note of a second item.
By the way, guys, it was Blueberry Cudas for life, okay?
Now, what was it? The Golden Monkeys?
Ooh, nice room for Truant. He's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna just not do that. Thank you.
Might just be thinking, hey, I have plenty of money for some arrows.
So it appears as if he's gonna head up to level 5, see what he finds in there first, and then it'll be interesting to see what he does. Does he play the sabermetrics and look for the silvers in 9, or does he full clear his tracker first?
I've heard the argument that searching level 9 can pay off just because you find info on the way of Ganon and the princess. But it's a tough call to make. ChronoJJ now headed back into level 4. To note, he did not get the white sword out of level 1. So we'll be fighting with a 1 point disadvantage.
Truant does get the key out of that room down to half a heart. He's got to be careful.
Oh, and the troll Dongo trolling Chrono. Eating his bomb.
Truant decides, I'm not going to do that staircase just yet. I'm going to keep digging here. We do not know the items in 5 yet, do we, Chrono?
I don't believe so.
August.
All good, buddy. And there's our second bomb upgrade. But 11 whole bombs, Truant is gonna say no, at least for now.
To answer a question in chat, TruantGamer currently holds the red ring. The red ring is an item that ups your defense. Oh! Nice picture of, I believe that was Chrono's family. Basically, if he has 1 heart remaining, he has the equivalent of 4 hearts remaining without the red ring. So it basically ups your total HP.
Yep, certainly one of my favorite items in the game. And I like that description of the bubbles. Static danger balls.
That's awesome.
We've heard some clever nicknames for some of our enemies, but that one is a new one on me. Got our danger noodles, our pancakes. Truant with the ladder able to pick up that map to level 5. Name that ink block. And we see a heart container here in 5, eaten by that pancake.
To answer another question in chat, the meat can be required. It is the room with the hungry gorilla is shuffled in the randomizer as well, so it is definitely possible. Highly unlikely. In fact, I would even say rare. But
yeah, I would agree with that.
Possible.
Yeah, if it's not just outright not blocking anything, oftentimes there's a way to maneuver around a meat block, at least in shapes.
Which, to be honest, is kind of a good thing, because for at least us, now maybe not for the racers, but for us at least, because when it is blocking something, nobody expects it. So it creates for some pretty cool drama.
Yeah, always very funny seeing a blind playthrough of Zelda 1, and people get to level 7 and they're like, well, what? He's hungry? What do I do about that? It's not often you get to see some of those, but after 30 years, but they're out there.
Yeah, that's one of actually my favorite Zelda 1 streams to see on Twitch. Sometimes when people do blind playthroughs, it'll be interesting to see if we see the meat block in the seed. Chrono in level 2, digging for that Triforce. Still, I believe, 1 item here in level 5. We did find the heart container. If Truant doesn't find the silvers, I believe he's going to check 9, as he has to go there anyways.
Do you know one fan of the meat block is actually the creator of the randomizer, Fred Coughlin. You can often see him picking that up, and it actually has a second function of luring certain enemies towards it. Fred is probably one of the few racers I see exploit that trick.
It is the trick we use in vanilla from time to time. In level 7, which is the meat block dungeon in vanilla, there's a specific room with gorillas right before the hungry gorilla. And if you drop a meat on the first block used when you enter that room, it will basically cause them all to go right and through one of the gorillas and get through pretty easily.
And with that, TruantGamer has gotten all 8 pieces of his Triforce, eligible to enter level 9, do some exploring. We'll want to find a couple things. You want to tell us what those?
Sure. So level 9 is a humongous dungeon full of staircases. There are 3 things we're going to be looking for here. And the first is going to be, obviously, the locations of Ganon, Zelda, and those items. Although, surprise, surprise, Truant's going back to 7. He is not playing sabermetrics. He's going to dig the items out of 7.
Very interesting play.
So I guess we can finish our description of what we can expect from 9, because that time is relatively around the corner. There will be a room that Ganon is in, and any of the rooms that are adjacent to that room, up, down, or to the side, you'll be able to hear the roar of the boss from that room. That's a sign that you are one room away from Ganon, so they're going to be listening for that roar. They're also going to be checking for shutter doors that do not open when all of the enemies have been cleared from a room. And then, of course, if he does kill Ganon first, before he finds that shutter door, then that shutter door will open before all the enemies are dead. That is the location of the kidnapped. In this case, it'll be Princess Zelda. Finally, because he doesn't have the silvers yet, if the silvers are not here, he's going to have to dig level 9 to find them. There are 6 transport staircases in 9, and 2 items, meaning there are a grand total of 14 staircases that Truant is going to have to search to find that silver arrow, assuming it's not in here.
Yep, and with these flags, unfortunately, we will not be taking note of where those old men are. With different flags and in the vanilla game, there's a couple old men in level 9 that generally give you some helpful information, but we are not playing with those flags on. So they have to find it all by themselves. So ladder pickup for Chrono, I'm sure sigh of relief.
So with that, pretty much our racers are even in the items department. Now, Chrono's not that far off. Despite the 3 Triforce lead that Truant has, Truant is digging level 7 for this item. Most runners would have gone 9. So, if Chrono can get this Triforce, he can get out of here pretty quick. He is in the Triforce room now. And then get the Triforces out of 7, which he has to dig anyways. He has to dig that for the Triforce anyway. So if the silvers are here, he's got to go there anyways. This could be a pretty close race going into 9.
Ooh, look at that map.
That is the Golden Throne.
Alright, taking the manhandle out in just 2 bombs. Here we go, staircase. It's the any key, we're gonna grab that.
Not what Truant wanted at this point in the game, but with 2 keys left and level 9 potentially having locked doors all over the place, definitely not a bad find at all.
Clearing out this final room tells me that he's not found the floor drop either.
He found something all right.
Yep, whole pack of blue whiz robes.
And they always seem to be at the edge of the dungeon where you can't get out, with a shutter door and 8 of them here for your slice and dice pleasure, all for nothing at all.
Yeah, but just a handful of rooms. It does look like Truant's gonna stick around. Looks like Chrono does remember that the ladder drop or the map drop was in here, so he's gonna pick this map up to be able to explore this more efficiently. Alright, so just what, 3 or 4 rooms left for Truant in this level 7. And at 55 minutes in, they'll be getting nervous about where their opponent's at.
So interesting, we find a Goma. It's
Ooh.
not unprecedented.
Yep, Goma certainly can block those silver arrows. Goma can never be blocking a bow, because of course you need the bow to kill Goma. And similarly with Dig Dogger and the Recorder. But the silvers are another story.
And assuming that Truant didn't just throw in the towel there, that was the last room in the dungeon. So does that mean we can confirm that that Goma indeed hides an item? Whether or not it's the silvers, we don't know yet. I think that's confirmation. That's an item.
Yeah, unless he skipped another room and, didn't take note of it. I think that deduction is very likely. But here we go. Keep your ears peeled for that squeal.
Just a rundown of what I was talking about earlier. We're listening for the roar of the pig. We're looking for a shutter door that doesn't open, and we're looking for staircases.
Specifically those item staircases.
To answer a question in chat, in Shapes, which is the version of the randomizer they're playing tonight, all of the rooms that you can actually access will be visible on the map. If you're playing with vanilla dungeon Shapes, then there are secret rooms. But in this case, that is no secret rooms.
Chrono picking up Triforce number 7 out of level 5. So just has to go back to 7. Hopefully stumbles across that any key on his way to the Triforce.
So at about 57:45, going to save back to start. If you're in his shoes, August, you obviously you're probably going to dig a little bit for that item in 7. If you discover that it's a Goma block, do you go to 9 as well?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I kind of agree. If you have to come back, then I mean, that could very well be Lord Banana.
Another thing that might be on at least Chrono's mind, picking up that heart container instead of a potion. He might be interested in the magical sword, but TruantGamer finds the silver arrows here in level 9.
All right, so at 58:25, TruantGamer is officially in. Has all the Triforce, and now we just need to find that pig.
ChronoJJ back in the graveyard. Oh, I hear something.
And there's a shutter. Wouldn't that be something?
Not that nice.
But we do have a dark room.
Magical sword not available at 11 hearts.
It's going to take 8 hits with the sword to take down the Truant. Gets in the corner. We've got 1 hit and a Hyrule drop. Be careful. 1 more hit's going to kill him. Okay, 1 more hit now. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, our first takedown from the pig. Hopefully it'll be the last. But TruantGamer does not have a potion. And with that death, down to 3 hearts. Did not notice if there are any enemies that he could maybe force a fairy off of.
could work a fairy if he wanted to. With the red ring, he has the equivalent of about 12 hearts if he had the green tunic still. So every heart you can gain between here and Gan is going to be huge. Look what he just found.
The mugger?
No, he found a compass.
Oh, the compass. That's a very nice find. That tells you where the princess is.
So we now have all of the information other than just the path to get up there. Truant in the driver's seat. It's not over for Chrono yet, though. There could be a magical staircase to get you to that room. And as we've already seen, Ganon being stingy, this isn't over yet. As long as Chrono can get out of here and get into 9 soon.
Even if Truant does take down the victory tonight, still have a match 3.
Absolutely. This is game 2 of a best of 3. Chrono did take game 1. So, no matter what, Chrono's tournament does not end if Truant gets to Zelda first. Rematch time! Oh, we got the...
Yeah.
Oh, we almost had it.
And it is a bit confusing fighting an invisible pig. But
4
does
hits
have a,
to go.
Ganon does have a set pattern.
5 hits, only 1 heart. 6 hits, 7.
Yep,
With
gets
literally
the lock.
1 hit left.
We've got bacon.
1 more fireball and Truant would have died there. He takes down the pig. Now he just has to get to that shutter door. Meanwhile, Chrono going back into level 1 and he's going to find nothing he wants. So his race at this point is Truant's to lose. Can he even up the series? There's the shutter door.
Can.
Ladies and gentlemen, get your GGs out in chat for your winner game 2.
Gotta
if you
do
can
a ladder
clip.
block. Yep. I don't know if I've seen Princess Zelda in a tea room very often.
Assuming TruantGamer can ladder clip, this is his race. He knows how to do it. Can he find that pixel? And there
That's
it
it.
is.
Wow, good games, TruantGamer and ChronoJJ, but their match is not over. They have a 3rd match to schedule, and Chrono finding that white sword. Not as nice as the magical sword he was just after, but we'll take it.
TruantGamer officially in first place with an SRL time of 1 hour, 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Takes game 2, and this best of 3 match is now even at 1 game apiece.
And I think we have been joined by TruantGamer. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
So take us through that seed a little bit. What'd you think of some of the items you got very early?
I liked it at the beginning. It was starting to concern me as it went on. And then at the end there, when I didn't have silvers, I was trying to decide if it was worth digging or just going straight to 9. And something told me, go to 9, and I just didn't listen, and I should have.
Well, I don't know. That NEQ was pretty useful for you. But it did seem like maybe you were gambling a little bit. You noped out of 6, had to go back for the raft. Was the 1-0 game playing in your mind?
A little bit when I was in 9, but I noped out of 6 right away because that's the biggest dungeon. You get that Triforce, you don't come back unless you have to.
Yeah, that was really potentially the difference in this race. You had a huge lead, 5 Triforces to 2 at about the halfway mark, but Chrono got that raft his first time in and had it very early, and we were worried, and he did start to close the gap a little bit. He is in 9 as we speak, just looking for those silvers, but you were able to get that raft and clean up very nicely, very efficiently. As soon as you found that raft, you were pretty much off to the races. It was very impressive.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm not surprised that Chrono was able to pull that off. Start building back that, or eating away at that lead. That's what he did the other night, and definitely is good at.
So, of course, we now have a best of 3 come true, deciding game number 3. Have you guys scheduled that match already?
We have not, so we're going to discuss that after this.
It should be exciting. Do you have any thoughts going into it as far as any strategy you're willing to let us know, or just in general your thoughts going into game 3?
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to stick to what I've been doing, the 3-1 Armos item. I deviated a little bit of that this time, but I'll probably stick to the basics unless I get a curveball or silvers or a 9 again, and I'm panicking there.
Just keeping an eye on Chrono. He did hear the pig here, and I believe this is the mugger. Okay, so he didn't find the compass. I didn't actually see where you picked the compass up in 9. Where exactly was that?
It was the room right before Ganon.
Ah, so he's going to find it pretty soon. Very friendly 9 in this seed. That was very nice. Early silvers, early pig, compass early. That was a very, very kind 9.
Yeah, I was so unhappy that first fight when I went up to stab Ganon and I missed, and then I said, uh-oh. And that, honestly, I kind of panicked a little bit there when I took the death, and then I tried to hold it together that second one. I just couldn't get him stun locked for some reason, but I got him right there at the end, thankfully.
Yeah, it was very clutch. You were down to 1 hit point. If he hit you with another fireball, you would have taken another death, and you clutched it out. It was very, very close. But of course, you showing your veteran presence, able to outlast him.
Yeah, and I liked the little Zelda in the tea room there at the end. That was fun. I've had a race before. I've had a race before in a battle royale where it came down to a ladder clip, and I lost by 2 seconds. And I was that immediately. My heart went into a spin. And said, "Go, figure it out. Get south there," because my controller won't let me do up and down input. So I knew I wasn't going to be able to make the turn left and right. I had to go from the top.
Oh, it's good to have that information. But yeah, very good race. Was that the other item staircase?
It was, and we found a heart container. So we can assume now, because we never found the book and we never found the regular boomerang. And I don't know, we can assume one of them is in 7 behind that Goma. And I didn't see where the other item was. Was that going into your thoughts at all, Truant, when you found that Goma?
Yes, I was concerned that it was going to be buy the arrows to get the silver seed, and when I saw that after I cleared everything else, I said, well, we're going to live or die by that one tonight.
So you weren't even flirting with that idea at all?
No, I was starting to feel like the walls were closing in a bit at the end there when I wasn't coming up with anything, and I kind of forgot where arrows were. I think they're in the 3rd shop. So I wasn't about to go get those and come all the way back. If I was leaving, I was going to...
Turned out to be the right play. That would have either been the book or the boomerang. And so unless you're a TGE or Ice Blue, not a required item. Well, as we watch Chrono finish this seed off, feel free to join us until he gets to the end. But congratulations on a very skilled match tonight. Moving on to game number 3, a deciding final game in this showdown. Congratulations on the win tonight.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Interesting.
There's plenty more Zelda 1 randomizer action going on. Finishing up this match, of course, we're going to watch ChronoJJ. But tomorrow, I count a total of 10 races. It does look like 4 of them aren't going to be restreamed, or maybe they haven't been scheduled yet. But the first one is at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and the last one is at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. So in between those 4 hours, we have a total of 10 different races.
Yes.
Sorry, it also looks like there isn't any commentary or trackers signed up just yet. So anyone in chat who might want to get involved behind the scenes here, we're always looking for volunteers here on the commentary team. We always have someone behind tracking. And actually, our tracker, Russian Bishop, is going to be starting off the match tomorrow. Unless, of course,
it's just a quick update on our race. It does appear that our runner-up, ChronoJJ, has thrown the talent for game number 2, has officially forfeit from the race. GG's to him for attempting to stick it out. We'll see if we can get him to join us for a post-game chat. It is in the books, folks. 1 game apiece going into game number 3.
Yeah, it's always a little rough when you don't have all the pieces to the puzzle yet, and your opponent's finished. So no hard feelings. Good game to both our racers, as we are joined by ChronoJJ. Good game, sir.
Hey, good game. I just want to know where the silver's in 9 or no.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, at least I had that going.
It was actually a really interesting path. You were so close to the correct path, and when you watch it back, you'll see it, and you'll be like, "No!" If you'd gone up in one of the rooms to the left of start, you would have had the silvers. You would have found the compass. You would have found Ganon, all in a nice little cluster. Unfortunately, just it's level 9.
Yeah, I would have ended up looking at my map. I would have gone up in one of those rooms after I died, but I saw he already won. So what's really the point in extending the torture?
Well, I will say it was a really great match. Thank you very much for a wonderful match this evening.
Well, no problem. It was a little rough, and then when I died in 5, what happened to be next to, well, I guess 2 rooms away from the Triforce, that wasn't so good, but oh well.
Yeah, it seems the theme of this seed was key locks everywhere.
Yeah, it took a while for me to really get going. What is it, the first 2 dungeons were key locked, I think I went in, and I spent a while just kind of moping around on the overworld, and that didn't really do too much for me.
Yeah, both you and TruantGamer having a bit of trouble with those keys. The any key was in level 7. Truant managed to grab that, looking for the silvers right before going into 9.
Oh, okay.
That might have played a little bit into the routing difference in level 9. I don't know if you were paying attention to. I think you had like 5 or 6 keys going in there.
Yeah, I mean, if there was an open door versus a key door, I'd take it. But I think he'd already, looking at the times, I think he won right as I was getting in 9. So even if I would have had like the most perfect 9 ever, I think it was too late.
Great showing. I know I'm looking forward to Game 3 and the rest of the tournament. Wish both of y'all the best of luck.
Well, thanks. I guess we got to start scheduling for Game 3, don't we?
Just maybe not tomorrow. We got 10 races going on.
Okay, all right.
Well, of course, if you want to, don't let me stop.
You're the boss.
Oh, definitely not.
Well, regardless, I cannot wait to see Game 3, and I wish you both the best of luck. And congrats for a great tournament to this point. Congrats on the win tonight to TruantGamer, and thank you both for a great and entertaining evenings. Best of luck in Game 3 to both of you.
Oh, thanks, and well played to Mr. Truant. This one was kind of frustrating.
Yeah, thanks. Game 1 was frustrating for me, so let's go see what Game 3 looks like.
Well, probably frustrating for me, but that's kind of standard. But well, we'll see.
Well, alrighty, folks. Again, thanks to the racers, thanks to our tracker, Russian Bishop behind the scene, the restreamer, and thanks JSR for hanging out with me.
It was a pleasure, August. Thank you very much for carrying me through. I'm a little on the tired side. Luckily, this match gave me a little more adrenaline than I had coming in, so it was a lot of fun to watch. And of course, due to the two talented racers we had this evening showing their skills for you folks, make sure you give both TruantGamer and ChronoJJ a follow, as well as my co-commentator, our tracker, and our restreamer, all doing some great work behind the scenes. Follow the Speed Gaming Network of channels, as well as the Randomania channels, for more Zelda 1 randomizer action. As August mentioned earlier, a plethora of matches coming up tomorrow and the rest of the week, so make sure you don't miss it. Keep checking these networks, and you're bound to see not only Game 3 from these two racers, but much, much more. August, my friend, take us on out of here, man.
Yep, that's it for us. Definitely keep following. And of course, if you miss a match, eventually all the races will go up onto YouTube eventually. So yeah, you can always catch them there. And we'll see you all another race, another night.